Dear students, in the previous class, you learned the differences between displacement and distance traveled or path length. Remember, magnitude of displacement is nothing but shortest distance from initial position to final position. That means a straight line distance between initial position and final position. Whereas path length means it is the length of the path moved by the body. That is the main difference between displacement and distance traveled. Today, we shall study about this term velocity. See, to move from one point to another point, a body takes some time. So, rate of displacement or displacement per unit time, this is called velocity. So, velocity is nothing but displacement per unit time. So, it is a vector quantity measured in meter per second, and you know its dimensional formula LT power minus 1. So basically, displacement per unit time, it is called velocity. We come across different types of velocities. For example, average velocity. Average velocity. Average velocity means it is the ratio of displacement to time taken to undergo that much displacement. So the ratio of displacement to time taken to undergo that displacement, that is called average velocity. So it is ratio of displacement to time taken to undergo that displacement. For example, let x1 and x2 be displacement at time t1 let x1 and x2 be displacements at time t1 and t2 or position at time t1 and t2 respectively, then average velocity V average is equal displacement divided by time taken. So this is x2 minus x1 divided by t2 minus t1. So therefore This average velocity is nothing but delta x divided by delta t, which is nothing but x2 minus x1 divided by t2 minus t1. So this is the definition of average velocity. It is the ratio of displacement to the time taken to undergo the detachment of displacement. So this is the equation for average velocity. You have to remember them. Next, uniform velocity. Uniform velocity. See, if a body covers equal displacement in equal intervals of time, however small the intervals may be, then it is said to be moving with uniform velocity. So here, body covers equal displacement in equal intervals of time. If a body covers equal displacement in equal intervals of time, then it is said to be moving with uniform velocity. Here I will give an example. This is positive x direction. This is the horizon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like this. These are the graduations on x direction. So initially, see, I find the position at different instants. T, at different instants t, I find the position. At t is equal to 0, the body is here. So x is equal to 0. In 1 second, the body has moved up to here. So t in second, x in meter, position in meter. At t is equal to 0, the body is here. So at t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0. Next, in 1 second, the body has moved from here to here, this much. So in 1 second, the displacement is, the position is 2. In another second, the body has moved up to here. That means from here to here it is 4 meter. In the next second, the body has moved up to here. That means 6 meter. In the next second, it has moved to 8 meter. In next second, it has moved to 10 meter. So, what is this delta x? Change in position. So, in this case, x2 minus x1, 2. Time interval is delta t. It is 1 second. So in this t2 minus t1, t2 minus t1, it is 1 second. So time interval is 1 second. In this 1 second interval, it has undergone a displacement 2 meter. In the next time interval, again 2 minus 1, 1 second, the displacement is x2 minus x1, again 2. In the next 1 second, again 2 meter. In the next 1 second, again 2 meter. In the next 1 second, again 2 meter. That means in equal intervals of time, the body has covered equal displacement. So this type of motion, it is called a uniform velocity. So in 1 second, body has moved up to here. 2 seconds, it moved here. 3 seconds, it moved up to here. 4 seconds it moved up to here, 5 seconds it moved up to here. So at different instants this is the position. So the displacement in equal intervals is equal. So if I find this velocity delta x divided by delta t, here this is 2 meter per second, this is also 2 meter per second, this is 2, delta x is 2, delta t is 1, 2 meter per second, 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 like this. At all instants the velocity is same, that is why it is called uniform velocity. Uniform velocity, the word uniform means same. So when a body covers equal displacement in equal intervals of time like this, the velocity will remain same. That velocity is called as uniform velocity. So this type of motion is called as uniform velocity. Body covers equal displacement in equal intervals of time. In case if the velocity is not uniform, it is called variable velocity. Variable velocity means body does not cover equal displacement in equal intervals of time. If the displacement is not equal in equal intervals of time, then the velocity is said to be variable. So here displacement means it is a vector. It has got magnitude and direction. Either the magnitude of displacement changes or direction of displacement changes, then there is said to be a change in displacement. So displacement do magnitude change ಆದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಎರಡೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕವರ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್. That means in the same direction, here you see, in the same direction it travels equal distance in equal intervals of time. Direction is same, it covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. That is why the velocity is said to be uniform. Suppose in the same direction, in equal intervals, the body covers unequal distances, then the velocity is said to be variable. Or, though the body covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, but the direction changes, then also the velocity is said to be variable. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆವಾಗ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೇಮ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದಾಗೂ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವೆನ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ is not equal in equal intervals of time, then the velocity becomes variable. Here I can show you this variable velocity like this. Here see, time intervals are equal, and here in the first 1 second it has covered 2 meter, in the next 1 second it has covered 1 meter, again 2 meter, again 1 meter, again 4 meter. Here you see 2 minus 0, 2, 3 minus 2, 1, x2 minus x1, 5 minus 2, 3, delta x, 6 minus 5, 1, 10 minus 6, 4. So in equal intervals of time, in the same direction it has covered unequal distances. Therefore, velocity is variable. Or otherwise, if I calculate the velocity, here it is 2 meter per second, here it is 1 meter per second, here it is 2 meter per second, here it is 1 meter per second, here it is 4 meter per second. So this is called variable velocity. Non-uniform variation is there. So it is called variable velocity. In a similar way, we can also define speed. Speed means distance traveled. Per unit time. We write it like this. From initial position to final position along the path, length of the path traversed. That will give you distance traveled divided by time taken, it will give you speed. So average speed means total distance traveled divided by total time taken. That will give you average speed. Uniform speed. Uniform speed means body covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. Equal intervals of time, however small the intervals may be. However small the intervals may be. See, this time interval always need not be 1 second. It can be 0.1 second, or it can be 0.01 second, or 0.001 second. So however small the magnitude of this time interval may be, in equal intervals of time, if it covers equal displacement, then the velocity is uniform. In equal intervals of time, it covers equal distance, then the speed is uniform. So this is uniform speed. In the next case, instantaneous velocity. And instantaneous speed. It is the velocity or speed at any instant of time. It is velocity of the body at any instant of time. At any instant of time, in its path. So while it is moving like this, when the body is moving like this, at any particular instant, its velocity is called as instantaneous velocity. So the velocity of the body at any instant of time in its path, it is called instantaneous velocity. This instantaneous velocity v, it is given as limiting value, limit delta t tends to 0, delta x divided by delta t. This instantaneous velocity can be defined like this. Instantaneous velocity is equal to limiting value of ratio of displacement to the time taken for that displacement. Limiting value of ratio of displacement to time taken for that displacement. You learned that this term delta x by delta t, that is the ratio of displacement to time taken for the displacement, this is called average velocity. This term is nothing but average velocity. And this limit delta t tends to 0, this is called limiting value. So the limiting value of average velocity will give you instantaneous velocity. Remember this statement. ನಿಮಗೆ ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್, ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಆವರೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ಕೇಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಆವರೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ನೀವು ಎ ಸಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ PUC ಎ ಸಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಲಿಮಿಟಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಆವರೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ನೀವು ಆವರೇಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಗೆ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಟಿ ಟೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಟು 0 ಅಂತ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ instantaneous velocity is equal to limiting value of average velocity. In the same way, instead of velocity, if you use the term speed, that becomes instantaneous speed. So limiting value of average speed will give you instantaneous speed. For example, when a body is moving with a variable velocity like this, ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಟಿ ಟೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಟು 0 ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಐ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಎ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ displacement here, I find the ratio of those two, you will get instantaneous value. Understand? So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡಿಂದ 1.01 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಗೆ, 1 ಸೆಕೆಂಡಿಂದ 1.01 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಇದು 2 ಇಂದ 2.02 ಮೀಟರ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರಿ. 1 ಇಂದ 1.01 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಗೆ ಇದು 2 ಇಂದ 2.02 ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 0.01. ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ 0.01 ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್? 0.02. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಟಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ very very small value which is almost equal to 0. Therefore if I find the ratio, it comes to be nearly 2 meter per second like this. That means the velocity at this instant it is 2 meter per second. In a similar way, the velocity at this instant is 1 meter per second. The velocity at this instant is 4 meter per second. So when a body is moving with variable velocity, we find the instantaneous velocity like this. So this is the definition of instantaneous velocity. If you are asked to define instantaneous velocity, you have to write this statement and also you have to write this equation. You should not forget this one. Idunu baribeku. Next, the time interval being very very small, delta t being very very small, the displacement and the distance travelled both will be equal. ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಭಾಳ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ಡ್ ಎರಡೂ ಒಂದೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂತಂತಿಡಿರಿ, ಇದು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Suppose if I take a small interval of time, small time interval ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿರಿ. When the time interval is quite small, it has moved from here to here. Then the distance traveled and displacement both will become equal. That means delta x will be same in time delta t. So therefore, instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed, they become almost the same. So ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಭಾಳ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ಡ್ ಬೋತ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್. Therefore, magnitude of instantaneous velocity it is almost equal to instantaneous speed. When delta t tends to 0, distance traveled and displacement both becomes equal. That is why magnitude of instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed both are equal. For example, while driving vehicles, we watch at the speedometer sometimes. The moment you look at the speedometer, whatever speed is there, that becomes instantaneous speed of your vehicle. It is the speed at that particular instant. So they show, speedometers, they show instantaneous speed. So this is about instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed. Magnitude of instantaneous velocity is equal to instantaneous speed. Next, uniform motion. Uniform and non-uniform motion. See here, if a body moves such that it covers equal displacement, it covers equal distance in equal intervals of time. So if a body moves such that it covers equal distance in equal intervals of time, it is said to be moving with uniform velocity. Then the body is said to be in uniform motion. A body moving with uniform velocity is said to be in uniform motion. If the motion is not uniform, then it is called non-uniform motion. That means when the body is moving with variable velocity, it is in non-uniform motion. So if a body covers equal displacement in equal intervals of time, that means uniform velocity, it is said to have uniform motion. So if a body covers equal displacement in equal intervals of time, it is said to have uniform motion. When the motion is not uniform, it is said to be non-uniform. So if the body does not cover equal displacement in equal intervals, then it is said to be moving with variable velocity. It is said to be in non-uniform motion. ಸೊ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್, if it is not in uniform motion, if it is not in uniform motion, sometimes we call it as accelerated motion. Sometimes, you see, we defined average velocity, uniform velocity, instantaneous velocity. For a body in average velocity, when the body is moving with uniform velocity, average velocity and instantaneous velocity will become same. ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೋಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ, ಅಂದರೆ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಅದರದ್ದು ಆ್ಯಾವರೇಜ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಎರಡೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. When a body is in uniform motion, the uniform velocity, average velocity, instantaneous velocity, all will be the same value. But when a body is in non-uniform motion, ಅಂದರೆ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, we define only instantaneous velocity. ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೋಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಾವರೇಜ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಮೂರು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ನಾನ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮೋಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬರ್ತದ, ಉಳಿದಿರೋ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯಾವರೇಜ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅರೈಸ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಕೀಪ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಂಡ್. So, when a body is in non-uniform motion, sometimes the motion becomes accelerated motion. So, you should know what is this acceleration. Acceleration. See, when the velocity changes with respect to time, there is said to be acceleration. When a body is moving in such a way that its velocity is changing with time, then it is said to be in acceleration. So acceleration is defined as it is a change in velocity per unit time. Change in velocity per unit time. This is called acceleration. This is a vector quantity measured in meter per second square. Because of this unit, its dimensional formula is LT power minus 2. So, this acceleration, it is nothing but change in velocity divided by time taken for the change. Now, you can define average acceleration. Average acceleration means ratio of change in velocity to time taken for that change in velocity to occur. So for this change in velocity, whatever time is called, it is the change in it is the time taken for change in velocity. So if V1 and V2 be velocity of a body at T1 and T2 respectively, then average acceleration A average, this is equal to delta V divided by delta T. That means V2 minus V1 divided by T2 minus T1. V2 minus V1 divided by T2 minus T1. So this is average acceleration. In the same way, we can define uniform acceleration. If the velocity changes equal amounts in equal intervals of time, however small the intervals may be, then this acceleration is said to be uniform. So if velocity changes equal amounts in equal intervals of time, however small the time interval may be, however small the time intervals may be, it is said to move with a uniform acceleration. This uniform acceleration having the same direction, it is also called as constant acceleration. So here, this uniform acceleration having the same direction, it is called constant acceleration. So in a uniform velocity, displacement takes place equal amounts in equal intervals of time. But in uniform acceleration, velocity changes equal amounts in equal intervals of time. You can take similar type of example as I told you in the previous case. Here see, there is a body, starts from origin. In first 1 second, its velocity becomes 2 meters per second. In the next 1 second, its velocity becomes 4 meters per second. In the next 1 second, it becomes 6 meters per second. Like that, in equal intervals of time, the velocity increases 2 meters per second every second. Therefore, acceleration will become 2 meters per second square, like that. So if this acceleration is not uniform, then the acceleration is said to be variable or non-uniform acceleration, you can say. So if the velocity does not change equal amounts and equal intervals, then the acceleration is said to be variable. So here, variable acceleration means velocity does not change equal amounts in equal intervals of time. So in case of variable acceleration, you can define instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration means acceleration at an instant. Instant of time in its path. Acceleration at an instant of time in its path, it is called instantaneous acceleration. So this instantaneous acceleration is nothing but limiting value of average acceleration, like this. Limiting value of average acceleration will give you instantaneous acceleration. Again, here also, when a body is moving with uniform acceleration, if you find its variable, if you find its instantaneous acceleration, it will be same. Body uniform acceleration in the move ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದರ instantaneous acceleration uniform acceleration ಗೆ equal ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. The instantaneous acceleration will be equal to uniform acceleration if it is moving with uniform acceleration. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಂಟೇನಿಯಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. So to find instantaneous acceleration, you have to use this relation. The next point that you have to remember here is, if the direction of acceleration is same as velocity, if direction of acceleration is same as velocity, the magnitude of velocity increases, the magnitude of velocity increases and acceleration is positive. Acceleration is taken to be positive. ಸೊ ಬಾಡಿ ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಯಾವ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ನು ಅದೇ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಬಾಡಿ ಈ ಥರ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿರಿ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಯು. ಎ ಬಾಡಿ ಈಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಮ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಯು. ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇಫ್ ಎನ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, if an acceleration acts, then what happens? In the same direction, the velocity increases. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ u ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅದರದ್ದು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಎಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ acceleration. So positive acceleration means velocity increases. Keep this in mind. Whenever acceleration is positive, velocity, magnitude of velocity increases in the same direction. Adun talagirli. The best example for this positive acceleration is a freely falling body. In case of freely falling body, You take the case of freely falling body. Here there is a body. When this body is dropped, its velocity keep on increasing. Velocity goes on increasing. Why? Because acceleration due to gravity acts downwards toward the center of the earth. Gravitational force in the acceleration due to gravity ಅನ್ನೋದು towards the center of the earth ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವೊಂದು ಬಾಡಿನ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ the direction of velocity being same as direction of acceleration, this velocity goes on increasing. ಇದರ velocity increase ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. That is why in case of freely falling body, while solving numerical problems, we take acceleration due to gravity to be positive. Body freely falling body ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ acceleration due to gravity ಪ್ಲಸ್ g ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂತೀವಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ if the direction of acceleration is opposite to the velocity, then the magnitude of velocity decreases and the acceleration is said to be negative. This negative acceleration is also called as deceleration or retardation. Negative acceleration ಅಂದ್ರೂ deceleration ಅಂದ್ರೂ retardation ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ. If direction of acceleration is opposite to velocity of motion, the magnitude of velocity decreases. The magnitude of velocity decreases, then acceleration is negative. Acceleration is negative, also called retardation or deceleration. See, if the direction of acceleration is opposite to velocity of motion, the magnitude of velocity decreases, then acceleration is said to be negative or retardation, or it is also called as retardation or deceleration. For example, a body is moving in this direction with a velocity u. Body ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿರಿ, then its velocity decreases. ಈ velocity ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So when the velocity is decreasing, then this acceleration is said to be negative like this. So when the direction of acceleration is opposite to velocity, the magnitude of velocity decreases, then the acceleration is negative. Another case is this one, a body which is thrown vertically upwards. See, acceleration due to gravity acts downwards like this. When the body is thrown vertically upwards, when a body is thrown vertically upwards, as it moves up, the velocity gradually decreases. At some point, the velocity becomes zero. That is called maximum height reached by the body. So, ನೀವು ಇದನ್ನು vertically upwards ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ದ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಝೀರೋ. Some point the velocity becomes zero. Once the velocity becomes zero, it starts falling down. So during its motion upwards, as the velocity is decreasing, this acceleration is to be taken as negative. That is why we take minus g. Numerical problems solve ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಬಾಡಿನೂ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿನ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂತೀವಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಸನ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, in case of body projected vertically upwards, So, here you have positive acceleration, here you have negative acceleration. See, in case if the acceleration is perpendicular to velocity, if the acceleration is perpendicular to velocity, magnitude of velocity does not change, but only the direction of velocity will change. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆದರೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆದರೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೇಸ್ ತೊಗೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ವೆನ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್, ಬಟ್ ದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಬೈ ದ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಎ circular path. So this type of acceleration which is perpendicular to velocity, it is called centripetal acceleration. ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಮೋಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಪೆಟಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಪೆಟಲ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಸೀಕಿಂಗ್. ದಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟು ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, magnitude of velocity will remain the same, but the direction of velocity continuously changes. Hence the body moves in a circular path. Since this acceleration moves the body in a circular path, it is called centripetal acceleration. So you learn about this in the next chapter, that is a uniform circular motion. So this is about uniform acceleration or constant acceleration. See, your study is restricted to motion under constant acceleration only. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದೆ. ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಲರೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ you are going to consider only motion under constant acceleration or uniform acceleration. So we shall continue from here in the next class.